Okay, so we're having a look at the F45 Fiamma privacy room. As you can see, it's on a Toyota Coaster. Okay, first thing I noticed is this is the longer version. 6 foot is about here, so you'd probably be talking, sorry, 6 foot's here, 8 foot's about here. So we chose the long one, but obviously it's too long. And one thing I've noticed is that it's okay on that end, but on this end here there's too much drop, which means the windows are slightly going down, so we'll have to modify that. If you purchase the same one, you might want to purchase the medium, because this was the larger version. As you can see, there's a bit of excess on the floor as well. In the videos they do show the excess. These temp pegs, they're not great. They do hammer in okay. Probably be hard to remove. A few extra things like clips and things. What I did notice is they did give us clips for the doors as well to roll them up. They were pretty good. Yeah, what they didn't give us is they didn't give us a tie down to slide in here. So there's really nothing to anchor the corners diagonally. They did put these straps in here, but they don't match anything. Also, when you try and undo these zippers, a lot of the time, like this one here, it gets in the way. So when you try and undo it, it's like you keep banging into it. That's what happens down here at this one, so you might want to iron that back or staple it back. Looking at it from the outside again. Looking from the top. Okay, let's go in. They made it look very simple and easy to install, but these parts here are probably hardest. This one here is your right side, and over here is your left side. It comes with the door post, which is meant to be optional extra, but it does come with your door post. And they recommend drilling a 5mm hole here, 5.5. We haven't done that yet, but it still fits okay just using the clamp. They also provided extra clamps and things for us, so this can suit many different Fiamma awning models. This is your curtain here. As you can see, it's just a little sort of catch track there. It does work. It does fold, and they're not great. As you can see, the tracks all over the place. They're not great, but they do work. You can roll the plastics up as well, so that's pretty good. The only thing I'm not happy about was this, as you can see, the height here. We're probably talking 8 foot from there to there, and we bought the long one thinking 8 foot was quite high, but obviously 8 foot is not. So as you see, our triangle is too long here. It needs to be shortened to even up this line along here. So if you look at it from here, here's our line of our windows. Our windows should be up here. They're not, they're down there, which is a small problem. We also purchased the dust through mat, the one that the dirt just falls through, an extra $100. They're quite good. A little bit rubbery smell, but quite good. All the dust sort of does fall through, and they make it a lot nicer. If not, we'd be walking on the ground, which is that ground there, and that's not very nice at all. So it does make it a lot more homely on the inside. Back to the awning. This was included. You get your 2 side bits, you get your 3 walls. These bits were a bit tricky to put on. They make it look very simple on the movie, but generally speaking, if your clip comes out too far or turns around, it's best to take it down and make sure it's in the other side of the bracket properly. These things on the corner, as you can see, there's bit of a gap going there. Okay, bit of a gap going. There's actually 2 holes up the top, so it's the one closest to the body. And it would also be nice if they included something to go along this way to cover that, but of course that's a different shape and will have to be custom made. Looking at the top, okay, with our one there is a gap going through there, so that will bring mozzies in. There's not a lot you can do about that. As far as this side, the awning privacy, it's quite good. I did also notice with this door, it's either got to be up or down or out of the way. If you try and unzip one side, it's still a little bit hard to get through. And if you go this side, it's still a little bit hard. And you want to prolong the life of this, so you might want to roll it up or whatnot. That's how you kind of get into it. Also, these poles are a 3-part system. There's a spring in there, so there's one pole, a pole with a spring, and then a top pole. They're not as hard as they look. Just put the bottom pole in, and yeah, basically turn it, put the top one in, squeeze it as far down as you can. It's a spring one. You know, they're quite straightforward. We spent half an hour reading the instructions when we probably didn't need to. You can just wing it with this type of thing. It's not rocket science. It looks like it is, but it's not. It is generally quite reasonably easy to assemble. It just takes a bit of patience.